Hey guys, it is Mocha, and we are here with a pick a card message from our ancestors. These messages are timeless. These messages could apply to anybody, and it could be from anybody that has transitioned on the other side. I wanted to focus on what are your ancestors currently helping you with right now? What are they trying to teach you, warn you, prepare you for? What messages do they have for you in general? So let's get into it. If you guys are new, I am Mocha. If you guys are part of the Soul Tribe, welcome back. This is for pile number 1. What messages are for you from your ancestors? Pile number one. This is going to be from a maternal figure, a mother figure, okay? This could be a grandmother, an aunt, but she's identifying herself as a mother. So that's coming through. This is somebody that wants to communicate with their niece, or if this is not a niece that they're communicating with, they could also be identifying themselves as a niece as well. Let's see what comes through. The first message they're letting me know has to do with the lesson. Let's see. We have loneliness. I know that I am never alone. And as I said that, the sun started beaming through this window. If you look at this card, you see the women. There's women, and it looks like their feet are anchored on the earth, right there. So this is an ancestor coming through to let you know that you do have support, you have help, and it does look like it's in the form of multiple women. They're letting me know, like, maybe down the road, further in life, as you get older, you will start to gravitate towards a group of women, or maybe you're already part of a group of women, like in a collective or like a support group of some sort, or this could be family. She's making it very clear to me that on the spiritual realm, they're aware of the moments when you're lonely. I'm seeing someone at an altar, or someone like praying, someone that is attempting or is like successfully has connected with their ancestors before in the past. They want you to know that you also need to connect with people on the physical realm. I'm also picking up someone that could have strong Virgo placements. Okay, this person could have Earth placements, but this ancestor is coming through to say, oh my gosh, and there's candles here. And maybe I've recognized or seen this before, but they're pointing this out even more now. If you look really, really close, let me see if I can focus. You see those candles there? This is an ancestor saying, like, I've received messages from you. I've been watching you, especially if you've been connecting with me through candles, fire. This ancestor wants you to connect with like-minded women, especially if you're into spirituality, you're into working with the fire element. There's other women that are interested in what you're interested in. There's other women in your life that will be able to support you in ways that you felt like you needed. They're there, and they're in the physical realm. They're on Earth. Some of these women may identify themselves as Earth angels. You may identify yourself as an Earth angel. And also too, she's mentioning the age. Like, the age group for these women is like older, 30s, 40s, 50s, and so forth. So if you're in your 20s, this is, again, like I said earlier, like later in life, you will gravitate towards a group of women that are mature and supportive for you. Okay, something about not giving up. This ancestor does not want you to give up. The lesson that she's trying to tell you is that you're not alone. You're not alone. I mean, you may feel lonely, but you're not alone. And so you have to be open-minded to work and collaborate with other women, specifically women. You need to make the effort to put yourself out there and collaborate, connect. You might find these women during during the healing part of your journey in life. Like you could be connecting with women while like seeking out outsourcing for healing purposes. Seeing the word practitioner too. It's a very spiritual group here. Also, I could be connecting to someone that has a Hispanic background, or like this ancestor's Hispanic, or maybe someone's dating someone Hispanic. I'm getting the message that this could be someone. This could be, let's say you're dating somebody and that person is Hispanic, their ancestors is coming through to relay a message to you. Maybe they perceive you as someone like a niece. But that's still like a separate message from what I was saying earlier. Thank you, Spirit. Willpower. Things may feel out of sync and not within your control. The whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you're being supported and that your will is your superpower. Determination is key right now. And the affirmation reads, I call on my strength and willpower to take the lead. I accept and listen to the support of the divine within me. The angel number 1616 could be significant as well. Right before I pull this card, if you guys remember, I was saying something within the lines of this ancestor is coming through to tell you need to make the effort to collaborate, to connect with other women. I'm also picking up that some of you guys could have Leo placements, especially with like strength and lead. Okay. Or some of you guys could be connecting with a soul sister, a feminine that has Leo placements, that is a leader in her community or a leader in some shape, way, or form. This is Spirit saying that you have to use your willpower to take the initiative to connect with other people. What other messages? Things may feel out of sync and not within your control. Is that why you're feeling lonely? There's an ancestor that's asking that. What other messages are for pile number 1? I'm seeing another woman come in and she's like putting her hand on someone's shoulder. So there's someone else that would like to relay a message to you. There's more people. There's another person coming in. Thank you, Spirit. Something about celebrating like a parade or something like that. Ice cream is coming through as well. Ooh, we have understanding greed and we have simplicity. Understanding greed and simplicity. So there could be a situation with family where maybe you were taught, conditioned to be greedy, or maybe there's someone in your family that's greedy. Greed is an evil in itself and a terrible addiction. It is an empty dream. Material items are only ours for a very brief time. Don't let what you have rule you. Give away, don't keep. And then we have simplicity. The simpler we can keep life, the happier we are. Sometimes in this age of noise and negative news, it's not easy to do. Shut off the TV, communicate with your loved ones, and stay close together. Someone is pursuing greed, or like someone is pursuing money. There's someone that could have conditioned you, or someone in your family that prioritizes money, gaining material gain. They compare themselves to people that have or don't have. And this is like a gray cloud on the family, on the children. And so I think also what they're teaching you and helping you is to not value money and materialistic things over your relationships that they feel like are more important than whatever it is that you're pursuing that's money material. The simplicity is talking about maybe eliminating things that don't help with your mental health or your physical health. Simplicity in in this deck is talking about making life more simple. Okay, doing things that make you happy, the simple things, the little things. You know, eliminating the noise, eliminating the distractions. I feel like this ancestors is saying at the core of the issue for everybody involved regarding this family and whatever they condition you to learn about making money and material gain is it's to like learn how to just make things more simple. Back in the day, to this ancestor, the simple things is what kept everybody close and together, not trying to level up over the next person. Apples could be significant too. You could be eating an apple. Maybe someone made apple pie. Some of you guys, this ancestor is trying to help you understand that you're a lot more relatable to family and friends and siblings and to your children than you think you are. There is this level of measuring yourself to other people that have achieved things that look like material gain. Some of you guys are going to end up having healthier relationships with your children and your family and your loved ones. And that's more valuable to this ancestor than having a nice car, a nice house, upgrading something, promoting yourself or like getting a promotion or a raise. This is more important. This is what you need to focus on. This ancestor would like more family time. Can we have more family time? More family get-togethers. We have spiritual growth and we have introspection. Spiritual growth is an important aspect of a balanced life that should not be overlooked. Learning about and, more importantly, putting into action a regular spiritual practice will benefit you greatly. Do your research to find a path that resonates with you personally. So I feel like some of you guys fell off on your spiritual practice, your spiritual regimen, spiritual hygiene. Some of you guys are open to learning more about something that has to do with spirituality and religion or spiritual beliefs. They want you to continue to indulge. Okay. There's something about spiritual practices that's very simple. It shouldn't be complicated. Like for instance, if you're trying to do something and you're using herbs or whatever, or you're using a method or a recipe, or they feel like the simpler the better. The simpler the better. The spiritual growth is also talking about like community, because you're going to be learning from other women too, or it's women, a community, and they're going to help you with this spiritual growth as well. Like I said, look at these women that have these candles above their heads. They want you to take action on doing a regular spiritual practice. Same thing with willpower. You know what I love about this message too? It says the whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you're being supported and that your will is your superpower. You're being supported, and then we have loneliness. Loneliness, I know I cannot do this alone. You're not doing this alone. You have support. And it's telling me in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm. And then we have introspection. Now is the time to think for yourself. Tune out the opinions of others. Blind trust is opening you up to distress, either physically or emotionally. Use discernment and be wary of hidden manipulation. Things are not always as they appear. This goes back to the greed for me. And this also goes back to the loneliness. So your ancestors are acknowledging that you had recently learned a lesson about who you can and cannot trust. But they also want to point out something to you. It's not necessarily about the people that lost your trust or gave you a reason not to trust them. It's more about why you went through that experience. They're trying to teach you something about trusting yourself more. They're trying to teach you something about like exercising your discernment like a muscle. If your life was a lot more simpler, you would have been able to see the BS from a mile away. That's what they're trying to say. They would have been able to see it a mile away. So far, what I gather is that you have an ancestor here that wants to reassure you that you're supported. You have an ancestor here that wants you to connect with a community or a group of women in the physical realm. We have an ancestor here that is present and acknowledges that you are going through something alone, but that you feel lonely, but you're not alone. You have an ancestor here that wants you to simplify your life and also simplify your spiritual practice. Indulge in spirituality, learn more about it. And we also have an ancestor here that's acknowledging, like, in the family, or you could have been conditioned in some way to be greedy and to prioritize material gain over like relationships with family. And they would like for you to spend more time with family, more sit down dinners, that kind of thing. More, I remember I was picking up parade and celebration, more time celebrating even the little small milestones that you may perceive that are small. Let's see, anything else? I feel like whatever comes out from this deck is what they're helping you with. What are they helping you? Yeah, I do feel like somebody is getting a spiritual hug right now, or they will feel it. They will feel it. And I do feel like someone's gonna break down in a sense, like cry about it, that they're gonna be able to feel that someone is comforting them in a time of need. What does power want you to hear right now? What are you helping them with right now? They're helping you see things from a different angle, different angle. They're helping you to tune out the opinions of others. They're helping you learn how to use your discernment, especially if you don't know what discernment means. They're helping you eliminate a lot of noise. Simplicity was talking about outside noise, TV, distractions. They're helping you see people for who they are and how they're not aligned with you right now. Ooh, inner child healing. Didn't I just say something like that? I said I saw somebody comforting somebody and they're breaking down. They can feel the presence of that person. Oh my gosh, you also have holy love. And in this deck, holy love talks about how you have love on the spiritual realm, how they love you so much and they want to support you. So this is inner child healing. And then we also have holy love here. This ancestor really loves you guys. They do not want you to feel lonely. They want you to feel loved. They want you to feel comforted. They want you to know that they have your back. They're on your side. This is an ancestor that acknowledges you as a child. Remember I was saying earlier, like this ancestor sees you as a niece, or they see you as a mother. See, this could be a mother archetype, a mother figure comforting the child. Okay, there's an ancestor here that wished that she could have been more present when you were going through whatever you were going through as a child. It's giving me grandmother energy too, because this person is an elder. This could be a great elder, great aunt, great sister-in-law, great grandmother, right? And she's seeing how there's a pattern with the children. That's why there was this thing about like understanding greed and how material gain was a priority over like developing healthy relationships. Like this This ancestor is acknowledging the lack of values in your life. Like, what are our core values? So you're going to have to outsource to find a connection with other people. This doesn't feel like you're going to find it so much within family. Not to say that your family ain't shit, but to say like these like-minded people are going to be people that are from all walks of life, that are into what you're into, that believe in what you believe in. Okay, you're not lonely. I mean, you're not alone in all of this. You do have support on the physical and the spiritual realm. Let me pull some tarot and then we'll wrap this up. This is a general read, so I'm not going so much into detail, but if you guys would like a personal reading, the link's in the description box. Now I'm picking up an uncle. Uncle just came through. This is with the third person coming in, but this person doesn't have much to say. They just want to be present for this reading. Inner child healing. We have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands, and it says stress here. This feels like family arguing with each other or siblings arguing with each other. This has to do with possibly greed, wanting attention, wanting to feel validated, understanding greed in the Five of Wands. This stems back to the inner child wound, and this also stems from feeling lonely, possibly as a child as well. They're acknowledging that people were fighting over children were fighting with each other. You could have seen your aunts and uncles fighting because they are technically siblings too. What else? Three of Wands, integrity. This ancestor is acknowledging that it's hard for you to walk away, or it was hard for you to walk away from this conflict. Okay, there could be a mother figure that's in the center of all this conflict. Like it could be a group of siblings that fight and go back and forth with each other and are greedy, and this is because of the lack of structure implemented by the mother, or the lack of the presence of the mother, or maybe this was favoritism. Okay, with the Five of Wands too. The Three of Wands is saying that someone left because they had enough integrity to say, like, I don't want to partake in this. I am seeing the ancestor approve of this decision. Somebody out of this conflict chose to walk away, move away, separate themselves from the situation. Like it says here with introspection, now is the time to think for yourself, tune out the opinions of others. Blind trust is opening you to distress. And it says here with the Five of Wands, stress, either physically or emotionally. Use discernment and be weary of hidden manipulation. Things are not always as they appear. Let me pull another card. We have the Nine of Pentacles, accumulation. Now we have money. This ancestor is coming through to confirm to you, like if you're questioning if you made the right choice, especially like if you moved away, separated yourself, created healthy boundaries between this conflict, whatever this conflict is about, with the Five of Wands and the Three of Wands, it's giving me siblings, it's giving me family, it's just giving me drama. This could even be a city that you were in, because the Three of Wands is giving me like someone left. If you were questioning if you made the right decision, even if you had to like hustle, grind on your own to be financially independent, you did the right thing. Sometimes when we decide to move away or move out, or no longer seek help or participate or engage with certain people, even if they were financially helping us or they were able to support us in some way, shape, or capacity. And it's hard for us to just pick up and do things by ourselves and start all over. Like, did I make the right decision? This answer is saying, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You, in a way, And now I understand where the loneliness is coming from as well. The loneliness in the Nine of Pentacles. You, in a way, broke some sort of pattern. This kind of gives me the vibe of somebody that could have stayed in their hometown, could have stayed in an environment that kept them stagnant, like jeopardizing their mental health for the sake of comfort, essentially. But you didn't. You said, no, I'm ready. I'm willing to do something on my own. I'm willing to get on my own 2 feet and just build from there. You did the right thing. And this essence is going to help you. As long as you're willing to make sacrifices to simplify your life, as long as you're willing to prioritize healing the inner child and implementing a more simple spiritual practice, as long as you're open to a community of people that are like-minded, that will support you, a support group. If you're not open to those things, that's where, they can only meet you halfway. Let me pull out 2 more. The 5 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, there go the 2 cards. We have the King of Swords and the 7 of Cups. This is a warning. There's a father figure here. King of Swords and the 7 of Cups. This father figure could have multiple children. Okay, this father figure could be your father, your baby daddy, somebody in your life that has emotional investments from multiple people. And these emotional investments could be children, it could be relationships with other people, business, romantic, platonic, friendship. This person is not stable. Okay, this person is not stable, and they're going to bring confusion. It's better that you actually operate independently versus like waiting on this person, being codependent on this person, relying on this person. I'm getting a nod, yes. Okay, so I don't know who this King of Swords is, but she's acknowledging him as a father figure. And see, this person, they're not emotionally available, but they make emotional connections. And they're just not considerate or mindful of the kind of connections that they make and how they leave them. This person could have been somebody that reminds you of the very thing that you walked away from in the past. It's kind of giving me like lover boy, certified lover boy. It's giving me a Casanova. How is he able to establish these emotional connections? I'm not sure, unless they're like actually children. So it's like you made children, but you don't tend to them. Let me pull one more. This person is somebody that tends to make empty promises. They want you to work, like they want you to, when it comes to this person, operate off the 9 of Pentacles, continue to build independently, especially when it comes to finances. This is not someone you can rely on that can help you build whatever you're currently building now, whether it's your finances, your credit, your career, your education. This is not that person. This is the type of person that say, oh, I'll show up for your graduation and not show up, or show up late. This is the kind of person that, has excuses because they have other commitments with other people or other things. It's giving me a mess. Wow, there's the daughter. See what I'm saying? There's the father and there's the daughter. You see how she has a feather in her hand? It's like he gave her a feather from his stick, and she sends this bird to telepathically communicate with him. But it's like these empty promises with the 7 of Cups. This is a father wound here. This goes back to the inner child. This is why your spirit team is telling you it's a good thing you walked away from whatever this was in the past with the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, and you started to build something on your own. This person could also be the center. Remember saying earlier with the 5 of Wands, this feels like this is a mother her lack of presence, or her lack of structure with the children or the people, and her that's a domino effect from the father, the husband, the person she had possibly these children with that are fighting with each other. So maybe in the midst of all of this, you feel alone. You feel like, I had to move away from the situation. I had to separate myself from the situation. There was so much conflict. Um, so that's why the advice is like, one, you're not alone. Two, really outsource and connect with other people. You do have a soul family outside of your bloodline or outside of whatever the situation is. Use your willpower to take action and connect with other people. Use your discernment. There are people around you that are not reliable. Simplify your life and work on any issues that you have pertaining to greed, because that's something that she feels like will make you sick, like physically sick. And then if you could really also take the intention, like be intentional about healing the inner child, that'd be great. This daughter of air, she's a very smart girl, very smart. She tends to read, study, learn, write. She's great with communicating. She has a big heart too, and she's spiritual. She is spiritual. You're probably learning about spirituality and religion as well. You probably are learning about implementing a spiritual practice as well. This is your spirit team coming in along with your ancestors, acknowledging all of these good attributes about yourself. You're very witty, very smart. But this past energy here that has to do with this father figure is going to set you back in some way. Do not rely on this person. Learn to rely on yourself with the Nine of Pentacles, okay? All right, so that's the message that I have for you from your ancestors. What are they currently helping you with? What do they want you to know? What do they want you to be aware of? What do they want you to prepare for? So that is your message, pile number one. Thank you guys for hanging with me. And until next time, we'll see each other. Bye. Pile number two, we are tapping in with your ancestors. We're going to see what is it that they have to say. What are they currently helping you guys with? What is it that they want you to know? What is it that they want you to prepare for? And any other additional messages from those that have transitioned and are on the other side. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Family is coming through. Family and children. So I wonder if you guys have any children that transition at a young age, or if there's a family member that is with their child on the other side. Let's see. What messages are coming through for pile number two, Spirit? Speak to me clearly. Thank you. Whoever I'm connecting to right now, they're not really a talker. They do cook though. They're mentioning that they do cook. They cooked in the kitchen, or this could be someone acknowledging someone that does cook in the kitchen. We have health. Wow, that's wild. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Look at all this green here. I'm wearing green as well. I wanted to operate from the heart space today. So this ancestor is definitely referring to your health. Somebody smokes weed. Look at all these greens here. And they're pointing out like someone smokes weed around you, herbs. They're not frowning upon it. They're just acknowledging it. There's an ancestor that's coming through and saying, why not put the weed in the food, or why not, or like grow your own, or like use herbs for medicine too. It doesn't have to just be weed. Maybe someone goes to a dispensary, or they want to own a dispensary or something like that. This is screaming herbal medicine to me. I've never gotten this message before. But again, there's somebody here that would love for you to monetize off of that, or to just simply create your own products and use it. Like start growing food. Okay, and when I was looking at this card, I saw 222 on the timer. So that could be an angel number that you guys resonate with. Speaking of angel numbers, I'm going to pull some angel cards right here and see what messages come through. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So if you guys been feeling like this intuitive nudge to eat healthier, grow your own foods, grow your own plants, use herbs, learn about herbal medicine, use herbal medicine. This is spirit coming through and saying, like, an angel, a spirit guide, an ancestor coming through. We got a few cards here. We have transformation. But I wasn't saying, this is an ancestor saying, coming through, saying, not only grow it, not only learn about it, not only use it, monetize off of it, and eat healthier. This is the ancestor that's coming through, trying to tell you consistently to eat healthier, grow your own stuff. Okay, we have angel number 1919, transformation. It is asked that you take notice that you hold within your hands the power to change your life. Within this realization, you will feel your sense of purpose and your connection to new beginnings. The affirmation reads, I release that I no longer need to carry, and I open myself to transformative energy of the divine. There's somebody here, an ancestor, that really wants you to change your diet, change what you're eating. Something that you're eating is not even edible. Like, that's the thing for this ancestor. Something that you're eating, like, she wouldn't eat it. And yeah, she's coming through as a she, or, you know, this person could have feminine energy. And it's interesting because I'm seeing, it feels like a she, but I'm seeing a masculine. I'm only seeing like the belt buckled down and he's wearing like gray slacks. And I'm also seeing a child. So we'll see what else comes through. We have 12-12 duality. The divine is reminding you to embrace the duality that is your individual spark. The spark is being ignited and ready to illuminate the path ahead. I could be connected to some Geminis with this 12-12 and duality, because that's what they're telling me. Some of you guys are Geminis, or you have Gemini traits. Like, there's two sides to you. And it says, I fully embrace who I am and allow change where it is needed. We were just talking about change here. You have the power within you to change. The power is in your hands. I trust the duality within me. For some of you guys either have an alter ego, a secret life, or another life, a different version of you. That's why I was picking up like Gemini energy with this duality. Like, some of you guys could be in one field, but become completely interested in another field as well. They're saying you can do both. You can do, you know, I'm also picking up like this duality for some of you guys. It's not going to apply to everybody. Like, this may have to do with your sexual preference or just how you express yourself. 12-12, how you express yourself as a person. I don't want to make this all about your sexual preference or sexual orientation or whatever that is. But there's something about you could do both. Like, they don't understand why you must box yourself. We also have preparation. And so they're telling, okay, I'm already getting messages. Life is filled with phases. The whisper is telling you to prepare for the unexpected and allow change to pass through with a sense of peace. Financial and creative changes are upon you. And then we have creativity for number 1515. This is the third angel card that has mentioned change now. It says, my dreams and desires are coming to fruition, bringing change that I welcome with an open heart and mind. You're being encouraged to work with your heart and your solar plexus when it says the heart and the mind. Solar plexus, heart chakra. There's something that, angel number 143, there's something that's about to happen that's going to require you to show both sides of something, both sides of yourself, both sides of your talents, your skills, your choices, both sides of your desires. Maybe you're in an environment where they feel like you can't be one way and be another. You can't be into this and be into that. You can't live this lifestyle and that lifestyle. Not true. Not to this ancestor. And also too, like wearing a mask and protecting yourself from these people that could be judging you is also affecting your health. Some of you guys are eating from the hands of another person, like a cook. Be mindful of what that person is cooking and serving you. Be mindful of the portion, especially if they prepare the food for you. Um, or that advice could be to yourself if you're the one that's cooking and preparing your own food. Okay. 1515, creativity. Keep assessing the creative connection that you feel to the divine. Keep assessing. So you do have a creative side. You're interested in different things. They want you to keep looking into that. Some of you guys could be interested in playing an instrument or just doing something that you haven't given it time and effort. Um, this could be something sexual though. Like it gives me the energy of somebody that's very like put together, but they're into other things. The whispers speak through your creative connection, allowing you to express the beauty that is within you and connect you to the love that is around you. Creativity is my birthright. As I express my creativity, I feel a beautiful flow of love and connection. Transformation, duality, preparation, and creativity. Okay, so immediately this ancestor is very open minded, very creative in their own way. They low key want to live vicariously through you. They think you're cool as F. They wish they could be more open. They wish they were lived in a society where they were more accepted to live the way they want, be into what they want, explore what they want, create what they want. So they're pushing you. Something needs to change. Embrace both sides of you. Prepare for those changes. Be confident because you're going to be indulging in something very creative. And creativity is all about just making something out of nothing. Okay, she wants to make that very clear. It's not about anything more than just using your God given skills and intellect and doing it from the heart and creating. This could be anything, 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 anything. This could be you at your current job, just thriving in your current job and creating new ideas, creating new scenarios, suggestions, whatever, creating new ways to make money. Wow, the first card that flew out from this deck is past life memories. That's what I was just saying earlier. Like, this person wishes that they had the freedom, the ability, a level of acceptance, this level of creativity to just pursue what you have the freedom and ability to pursue. Past life memories, fears, unresolved anxieties, and other negative energies are often past life memories that have seeped into this life. You can let go of them by surrounding yourself with the white light of the Holy Spirit and asking God to release all past life traumas. That's what it says on the back. In case you want a screenshot, past life memories. So some of you guys could be, have anxiety and fear, have negative thoughts or beliefs or a limited mindset about exploring your creativity or looking at both sides of a situation, exploring the duality within yourself. And this all can stem from past life. So this could be, this is interesting because I've never got this before, but this could be for a collective reading. I've gotten this for personal readings. You in the past life coming through in this reading. And that's what it was really giving me too. Like, not so much of a person with advice so much, but more like maybe someone saying, hey, this was who I was back then, hence you. This is who I was back then. I had these limited minds. I had a limited mindset. I didn't have the ability. I didn't have the freedom to pursue my life the way that you are or you can. Do it. Create. Okay. So past life regression is suggested for you guys to just maybe explore who you were in the past life and how certain things, if you believe in that, I really do, I believe in it. Explore who and what was going on back then and how there's parallels to your current life in this lifetime and how we can like sever and cut certain ways and belief systems that have been passed on lifetime after lifetime, because this is past life. Some of this has to do with love too, love and family, when it's these past life memories. Let's see what other messages come through. Yeah, this is giving me the older version of yourself or past version of yourself. There's somebody here that's really impressed by my skills. They're like, wow, you're really reading this really well. And that's not to toot my horn. That's what they're telling me. Like, okay, you're doing well. Thank you. So we got 1919, 1212, 143, and 1515. Okay. Bottom of the deck is strength. They wanted me to look at that. You are much more powerful than you think. This is the time to be more confident in your decisions. Inner fortitude is a choice. Choose to believe in yourself despite your fears and any perceived inner weaknesses. Is this the second time I'm seeing fears here? The first thing behind this past life is the word fears. So again, you're being advised to channel your inner strength and pursue what you actually want to do. Do what you want to do, live how you want to live, and prepare for the future. Because again, this is a creative. And I wonder if you're like boxed in and essentially in the matrix or something. They're not in my head. Like someone is caught up in the matrix. They feel like they can only live their way a certain way in order to survive in this lifetime. And you were actually meant to be a creative. You have it in you. Bottom of the deck, right underneath strength, is shed the old. Exactly, shed the old. This is all past life. This is all past life energy that's being repeated all over again. It says shedding the past and forgiving any perceived wrongs is necessary. We all have been the giver and the receiver of hurt, whether intentional or not. Now is the time to bury the hatchet, acknowledge the emotion, then let it go. When we shed the old, we transform. When we shed the old, we transform, guys, into a newer version of yourself. And that newer version is going to be you looking at both sides of who you are and what you're into. Within you are shadows of dark and beams of light. The divine is reminding you to embrace the duality that is your individual spark. The spark is being ignited and ready to illuminate the path ahead. And it reads, I fully embrace who I am and I allow change where it's needed. I trust the duality within me. Let's see. I'm going to keep these two out. And this person on the other side has been very patient with you, but they're glad that you're here and you're listening to this message, because hopefully this will inspire you to do something, because they feel like this is a perfect time to prepare for you to explore your creative endeavors and your creative projects. Wow, family and flow. Family and flow. Family can consist of blood relatives and perhaps more importantly, who you choose to be around. Take a look at your family. It should have a healthy balance of give and take, as well as appropriate boundaries. There's this level of, there's this energy of like, accept the family you chose in this lifetime and know that you don't have to abide by their judgments, their rules, their perception of you, what you feel you gotta do. You know, like for instance, this could be someone that wants to go to therapy, but their family doesn't support therapy. They don't believe in therapy. Do what you need to do to address the dark and the light side of you. It could actually be the catalyst of your creativity and like just being successful in whatever that may be. Maybe you're a songwriter, maybe you're a singer, maybe you're a dancer, maybe you're an architect, maybe you are great at content creating. Family, and then we have flow. When we are completely immersed in a project or endeavor, we experience flow state. There's no useless brain chatter, only focused attention. Flowing with the process of creation is a magical thing for you to do today. You get what I'm saying here? I didn't even look at this card that said endeavors and projects. Okay, this is really about you maybe learning to embrace both sides of you. You are different from your family to some degree. It's time to accept the difference and explore the creativity that you want to enjoy, that you want to invest in. What if this is you wanting to play an instrument? Or what if this is you wanting to travel, take pictures, do something different? And you just feel like, I don't have the support of my family, or something like that. This is past life shit where like you just played small, you shrunk yourself. And it's like, no, you're meant to be big, you're meant to do more. Shed the old, have the strength to address these limited beliefs and possibly your family. Even says at the very end of the family card, it says, take a look at your family. It should have a healthy balance of give and take, as well as appropriate boundaries. It's crazy because I feel like someone needs to accept that your family shouldn't have any say in what your purpose is in this life. And that may be hard for some of you guys to believe, but for others, you're like, oh, this is just another confirmation. Your family shouldn't have any say. I mean, they're entitled to their opinion, don't get me wrong, but God gave you a purpose in this life. He didn't consult with your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your TT, your friends, your children. He didn't consult with them. God assigned you a purpose. Okay, so respectfully, your family, they can have an opinion, but their opinions do not dictate what you're actually called to do in this lifetime. Respectfully, people can give suggestions and ideas, but I feel like you're about to really shed the old when it comes to how much access people have to you, how much someone's opinion or suggestion or advice you really are going to take. It says here with transformation, I release what I no longer need to carry, and I open myself to the transformative energy of the divine. What is your ancestor, and in this sense, your past self? What are they trying to help you with, Spirit? Wow, friendship and union. It's interesting because we have family here, but we have friendship and union. Maybe some of you guys have trust issues, and so you don't have the best bonds with friends. You don't have the best, like, that needs to be strengthened. You have an ancestor here that's letting you know, like, you do have friendships, you will be in a relationship that's more suitable for you versus what, again, it feels like what your family has told you or people that you consider family has told you should, maybe you have family and friends that, is very diverse. Or maybe you have family and friends where their core beliefs are not aligned. Different. I'm going to pull 5 tarot cards and see what other messages come through. Family, flow, shed the old, and strength. And then they're trying to help you with friendships and union. I wonder if you guys fell out with certain people or you cut people off because maybe other people in your life wouldn't have approved of them. So because this friendship and union is giving me a reconciliation vibe too. You might need to, or you might find yourself reconciling with somebody, mending a bridge, calling a truce, getting closure or seeking closure and getting it. Let's see. We have the 4 of Swords. As I was talking about this friendship situation, Four of Swords is a time of resting and recovering. It's also a card of prayer and meditation. It's a self-care card too. I wonder who's exhausting you, because the Four of Swords, and then we have the Strength card here, is telling me that maybe somebody has caused you a level of stress or anxiety, and you're needing to take a break from that, create healthy and appropriate boundaries around that. This could apply to family and friends or a relationship. Wow, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a very smart group. With the Four of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, your ancestor or your past self is coming through and saying that there could be distractions around you right now. Take time, take a break from everybody, and really process the ideas with this creativity and preparation, because you have something that's going to be very lucrative coming in for you with the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you guys are sitting on a gold mine, like a plan, a goal, a creative endeavor, like I mentioned, a project that I mentioned. When we are completely immersed in a project or endeavor, we experience flow state. There is no useless brain chatter, only focused attention. Flowing within the process of creation is a magical thing for you to do today. And if you see here, there's the water, just like the water in this, and just like the water here. Strength, the Four of Swords, and flow. All this water is flowing. I feel like you guys need to take a break and just regroup. Maybe have an accountability meeting with yourself, especially with the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is a card of solitude. And then go back and think about how you want to execute something that has to do with your creativity, because it's going to bring you blessings. This corn right here, this multi-grain corn, is going to bring a blessing, something lucrative, something solid, something long-term, something promising, something that it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, this could be a partnership that's going to bring something lucrative to you, whether it's financial or maybe like it's abundance of love, or abundance of security, an abundance of peace to your life. Some of you guys are conflicted because of outside noise and what has been passed on to you from family or people that feel like family. But if you sit with yourself, you'll come to realize, no, this is actually what I truly want. So, like, for example, let's say you have family that tells you that you should only date certain people, you should only be friends with certain people, you should pursue this career path, you should live here, you should live there. But then when you're in solitude and you pray and you meditate and you take a break from all of that, and then you also work on like focusing on the heart, right? Because it said that somewhere here, something about the heart. Yeah, preparation. My dreams are desires. My dreams and desires are coming to fruition, bringing change that I welcome with an open heart and mind. Preparation with the Four of Swords. When you start thinking about what's on your heart, what is it that you truly want, you start to realize it's not what I've been taught, it's not what I've been conditioned. And then you start to really be able to create without those interfering thoughts and beliefs. And then what comes in is something promising, solid, whether again it's something lucrative, something promising, something long term. Who's purchasing a house or who's looking to purchasing a house, but they're concerned about family? I feel like someone wants to move in with a person that they consider a friend. Okay, someone that maybe, this could also be a relationship that is building up, like this could be a friendship building up to a relationship. I feel Looks like someone doesn't want someone to move in, or they could be concerned about someone living with somebody. What else? The Six of Cups. Someone from your past. Okay, so it's starting to make sense here. I wonder if some of you guys are being low key about your dating life, or someone that you have history with. Like, are you still entertaining somebody from your past? Um, the friendship and union card comes hand in hand with me with the Six of Cups. This is unfinished business. I wonder what their advice is for you. This is unfinished business, and the Six of Cups says pleasure. You got family that's just watching on standby. They are so nosy. They are so nosy. I mean, they got eyes, so I guess they can look. Eight of Water. You have people in your life that don't believe in your friendships or your relationships, especially if you're going back to somebody that you have history with. This isn't just like 3 months we've known each other. We go back and forth. We make up and break up. This is like you guys were friends, then you guys try to be in a relationship, and then you guys broke up, and then you were friends again. And when you describe this connection, it's always the word best friend or friend always comes up. So you have family that think that this connection is going to be stagnant. It's not going to go anywhere. In reality, like, this connection has a lot of potential to grow into something promising and long term. This is what your heart truly wants. What's the advice, though? Like, what's the advice? They want you to do what you want to do. This is a past life situation anyways. It's just repeating itself. And they want you to create, and they want you to create healthy boundaries, and they want you to stop allowing their conditioning from people like your family or like-minded people like family determine what you do when it comes to love and your friends. One more, we have the Hierophant, the Shaman. Wow, I have to pull cards to clarify what this shaman has to say. The shaman is clearly a spiritual being. The entity is a spirit. I wonder, wow, Seven of Pentacles. You've been waiting. Who is trying to prove to their family something? That's not what this is about. Seven of Pentacles clarified. The shaman, the Hierophant. Someone is trying to prove something to their family. This is what your ancestor or your past self is trying to say, especially because this is something that happened in the past life. Love should not be something that you're trying to prove to the next person, especially if it's been one-sided, guys. I'm not saying every connection, every friendship is one-sided with the Six of Cups and this friendship and union. But the Seven of Pentacles and this Eight of Cups is giving me something here. It's telling me, like, you walked away from family, you walked away from friends in a sense of like not like healthy boundaries, healthy distance. You walked away from that, rightfully so. Their opinions could have been discouraging, but the shaman is saying, who is investing with you? Because we have two cards here that's indicating two people, and we have the Seven of Pentacles here. So it's like, how many people are investing? Is it one or is it two? How many people are investing? Let me pull one more for this shaman. If somebody does not show up and invest, meet you halfway, then it is a lost cause. But what the shaman is saying is, if you were to separate yourself from the opinions and outside noise of others, separate yourself from trying to prove something to these outside noise and others. these doubters, these possibly haters, people that don't believe in your friendship or your love life, your partner, your spouse, your potential lover, whatever. Take those two things out. Those people and the proving part. Is this something that's being reciprocated here? One more. Is this preventing you from being creative? The Seven of Fire. Oof. Endurance. 2 sevens. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. Guys, shed the old. There's very defensive energy here, like, well, I have my method, I have my belief system, this and that, this and that. Again, this spirit team, your spirit team is coming through now saying, listen, take away the family, the friends, the doubters, take away the proving to yourself or proving to people. They understand that your heart wants what it wants. But is there reciprocation here? Now, if someone's meeting you halfway and they're sowing a seed with the 7 of Pentacles, cool. And if you had to walk away from people because they just wouldn't support this, create healthy boundaries from people because they just wouldn't support this, great. Just don't make sure you're looking out for yourself, because I feel like from a creative tip, outside of this connection, you have something promising coming in. Don't allow anything else to distract you from that. I feel like whatever God is preparing you for when it comes to your creativity is more important than, family and their opinions of what you're doing with your love life. The only major arcana was the Hierophant, and the only wands was the 7 of Wands. I don't even feel like sometimes you're listening to what your higher self is telling you. You're listening to. I feel like there's a defense here with the 7 of Wands. Very determined. Oh my gosh. 2 of Cups. This is someone defending a connection with the Hierophant. Okay. In the original tarot, this would definitely scream a marriage, or, someone pursuing a connection with the intent of marriage. But I feel like this is a spirit guide, a shaman, your past self or an ancestor coming through and saying, clearly love is on the brain. Clearly love is on the brain. Clearly love is on the brain. 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups, friendship and union. Okay, that's clear. Clearly, this connection could have definitely been a past life connection. Clearly, family was intertwined in all of this, or friends, or people that were doubters. And clearly, you're defending and protecting this connection because you've invested a lot of time and effort into this connection with the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Think with your head and not your heart. That's what I'm hearing. Which angel card was it? My dreams and desires are coming to fruition, bringing change that I welcome with an open heart and mind. I just don't want something, because I'm feeling the caution that this person on the spiritual realm that's relaying this message. I feel the caution of, I feel like pile 2 has so much creativity that's coming in, something that's going to set them up for the future and really, really well. But this could be a distraction if the energy is not reciprocated. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. This was long. So, what are they trying to teach you? Use your discernment. Use your discernment. Create healthy distance and boundaries from people that do not support what your heart truly desires. Explore the shadow and the light side of you. Explore everything that you're interested in. Prioritize your health. Grow your own food. But don't sleep on your creativity. Don't sleep on your creativity, especially if it could definitely support your lifestyle, your livelihood, the lifestyle and livelihood that you want. Okay? All right. So that is your message pile number 2. Pile number 3. Let's see what messages are for you from your ancestors. Let's see. This could be messages for what they want to let you know, what you need to prepare for, what are they currently trying to teach you, what are they currently helping you with. Let's see what comes through for pile number 3. Pile number 3. We have envy. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And then we have surrender. I can release my need to control and pride. I love myself and I see myself and everyone else. And one more, happiness. Ooh, right underneath happiness is abundance. After adversity and denial. So far what this ancestor is coming through and she's letting me know. Oh, this person corrected me. It's a he and it's a father figure. I wonder if these are parents or a couple that's been married. Anywho, this is giving me evil eye with the envy card. This could be evil eye that you're sending someone or someone is sending to you. This could be you obliviously having evil eye on you or vice versa, like I just said. We have pride here too. So there is some comparing here. Someone's going to be challenging you, testing you in a way, especially if you've gone through something very humbling recently. Yeah, this ancestor is telling me, yes, Pile 3 has been humbled. So you are going to go through a test, and it feels like a Santarian test, like a karmic test, or a test that has to do with restrictions, limitations, being patient, karma. So there's going to be this test that's going to see if you're going to compare yourself to the next person. If your ego, your unevolved ego is going to be louder than your evolved ego. If you're going to be prideful and boisterous or judgmental. I think what they're really trying to teach you right now is to surrender, especially with this card here. I mean, it says it here. Surrender to trying to control something playing out the way that you want it to, so that it makes you look good. For some reason, that's coming through. You want to make yourself look good. You want to have the upper hand. You want to win at all costs or something like that with this envy card. And this doesn't have to apply to you. This could be somebody that they're warning you about that has this energy. They want to prove a point. Someone wants to prove a point. They're like, give that up. That's a trap in itself. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Yeah, I think this ancestor doesn't want you to go through a humbling experience unless it's going to take another experience like that for you to really grasp the lesson about comparing yourself to the next person, because what someone's going through behind closed doors, like, you'd probably be thankful that that's not you, and then, get humble and be like, oh, I'm thankful about my life, especially if you're dealing with someone with strong Leo placements. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars. We have 333 potential. Your chance to reach your highest of potential is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you are exactly where you need to be. And the affirmation reads, my potential is infinite. I use my strength as my ally to pursue my highest good. It's interesting because it says strength, and strength in the tarot is represented by Leo. I was just talking about Leo. So this is also a reminder here with the 333 potential that focus on you. Stay in your own lane. That's not for me to check you or anything like that. Like, stay in your own lane, But I think that you're comparing your struggles to the next person's struggles, and you're justifying why you are where you are and how you got here, and then how it's, someone may have the upper hand, or you at one point had the upper hand. But when we do that, that's when God says, here they go being loud. We're going to have to humble them again. And we can avoid that. We can avoid that. You might be wondering, why am I here and they're there? But this is an ancestor coming through and saying, you're actually right where you're supposed to be. Actually, let's not do that, because again, we might have to humble you, and then put you in a situation where you're going to have to see behind the scenes of what somebody is going through, or what they've gone through to get to where they're at. It's not all glamour and glitter and gold. It's not that easy as that person makes it seem. I keep saying the word Leo. If you focus on staying in your lane and achieving your goals, your dreams, accomplishing things, getting things off your to-do list, you will get a lot more further than focusing or paying attention to the next person. That's what they're trying to tell you here. We have health and we have your chart. Most illnesses start in the mind, but it can also stop in the mind. Repeat this. I affirm that I am well in my mind, body, and spirit. I help others and fulfill my chart. Oh my gosh. I help others and fulfill my chart. See that there? So this is talking about the mental health. You know why I say, oh my goodness? Because literally the last two things says my chart, and this card says your chart. So this is also advice for you to study your chart as well. Look at these two angels here. They're like, look at your own chart. Focus on your chart. So I could be talking to somebody that reads the next person's chart too, to study and understand them. So this could be like another confirmation. Again, let's focus back on you, read your chart, study your chart, learn about you, learn how, maybe the transits could be affecting you in a beneficial way so that you can reach your full potential. It says here, your chances to reach your highest of potential is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you are exactly where you need to be. There's something in your chart that will help you understand yourself better versus comparing yourself and competing or focusing or, finding yourself studying the next person's chart, especially if you're someone that studies celebrities or other people's charts. It's time to redirect that energy back to you. And it says here, even though you wrote your chart, you can modify it. Use your will and ask your angels and mother and father God to help you. So for example, your chart may say accident, but with protection, you could have a fender bender instead of a head-on collision. This is definitely talking about working with the transits, and this is also talking about your mental health. Maybe you guys were taught to be competitive, or maybe you just have that competitive nature. Look into where Mars is. Mars is about war and competition and willpower. So that's something that I encourage you to look into as well. Mental health is definitely something they're shining light on, especially when we have envy and pride. Envy and pride. Surrender to the control. Surrender to focusing on the next person. This is a masculine coming through. This person kind of gives me like a coach, like a fitness coach, a sport coach, somebody within those lines. Let me pull another. We have two cards want to come out. Oh, this one came with a deck, instructions. We have jump to conclusions. Be sure you have all the information before making any decisions. Keep an open mind and be patient. More will come to light. Doing this will save you time and problems in the long run, even if you're anxious to get started. This goes back to you focusing on the next person. I'm being honest with you. It is. And I was saying that earlier, like I kept seeing humbled, humbled. Like if you jump to conclusions, what will happen is again, you'll go through a humbling experience where God will show you, He will reveal to you the behind the scenes of the next person and how everything isn't as easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. Everything is not, just flowing and it just happens successfully, easily. Like you have to make sure that you stay in your own lane because this could be a karmic cycle you're repeating all over again that has to do with envying the next person, being prideful, comparing yourself. I can't shake this message, guys. This isn't to judge you guys, because trust me, I'm a human and I've compared myself. I've competed with others and that person was oblivious and wasn't, or they were aware, they weren't aware. Like I personally don't even like to compete. I've learned as I've gotten older, and I've been like this at a very young age. I would rather compete with myself than compete with other people. It's a lot of work. And yeah, you actually do end up studying that person. You end up studying that person, you end up reading that person, learning about that person. And it's like, why don't we redirect that shit back to us and become the best versions of ourselves and whatever it is that we're trying to do? Child. I feel like this is a masculine ancestor coming through as a coach, as a father figure, because I'm seeing someone that plays a sport and the dad is like the coach, and the child has a problem with taking things personal that happen on the field, that happen on the court. And the coach is constantly having to remind him, like, this is a game, this is a sport, this is a competitive situation here. We cannot take things this personal. And maybe that's the problem that this ancestor wants to address to you, is that you need to release control of, winning. You need to release control of how you're going to win and how winning looks like for you. How does achieving your goals look like for you? You got two more cards. Harmony and resolution, and listen deeply. Y'all, with this envy and pride and this harmony and resolution angel, this is an angel telling you that maybe you need to create healthy distance with other people and yourself. Other people. This harmony and resolution angel talks about creating distance from whatever or whoever is causing conflict in your life, um, so that they can step in and intervene and create the harmony and resolution for everybody. Sometimes we need to not say nothing. Sometimes we need to not engage, not include ourselves in things so that God can come in and do His thing. Especially if they're prideful or if someone in your energy is. We also have listen deeply. This is what's going to happen. If you create distance, if you create space, if you create silence, what will happen is God will come in, He'll send an angel, He'll send His spirit team, whoever, to talk to that person and to talk to you so that you guys can find a resolution. Sometimes talking to each other is not going to fix the problem. Sometimes the only person that can fix it is a spiritual experience. Maybe two people need to sit and just heal from a situation before we can talk. A lot of times after reconciling from a situation, two people will come together and say, you know what, I feel like God was talking to me when He said A, B, and C. I feel like God was talking to me when He said A, B, and C. And sometimes it's like, if it wasn't for this other experience, I would have been able to get over this experience. And so you have to allow time and space to happen so that God can move through people and heal them from other things that were preventing them to be able to be in harmony with you, and vice versa. Some of you guys feel like you guys can solve a problem, and it's like, you guys are great problem solvers, but sometimes you aren't necessarily the person to solve every single problem. Sometimes it has to be something else or someone else. I feel like this group, like, this could be a father figure or a paternal, father figure, paternal figure. Like, this is a group that, like, probably their spirit team or their ancestors give them tough love. Because the message is really short with this one. Very short. And I didn't intend for pile 3 to be this short, even though it's the last pile. And today the energy is just really chill today. I don't know if it's because I'm listening to a guitar in the background, or it's just really chill. Really, really chill. I'm here for it, honestly. Let's see. What other messages are for pile number 3? We have the 3 of Cups. So right off the bat, they're acknowledging that someone was stubborn. They didn't want to partake in this get together out of envy, out of pride, jumping to conclusions. There was a get together. There was a peace offering. There was people coming together, wanting to just be on good terms. And someone said, "Nah, I'm good." This could have to do with an Aries. Doesn't have to. We have the 5 of Cups. Look at this. Someone either isolated themselves from the situation, or someone was like kicked out of the situation. I feel like someone's pride and ego told them, like, "Oh, I'm not welcomed. They don't want me there. They don't like me." With the 5 of Cups, not true. Not in this situation. Like, not in this. Because this ancestor is telling me, unless you had like communication that was effective, that's not true. Because it feels like someone feels like they're not invited or they're not welcome, but that's only under certain situations or under certain circumstances. Like, if you don't have a nasty attitude, then no, you're not invited or you're not welcome. If you're going to be nasty, if you're going to be rude, if you're going to be disrespectful, if you're going to be pessimistic, if you're going to be negative, if you're going to be envious, if you're going to be prideful, if you're going to jump to conclusions, then no. Yeah, this is an ancestor that don't play no games. Like, they don't have the capacity to coddle you when your emotions are unbalanced or irrational. Let me pull another. We have the World card, and the World is represented by Saturn, and Saturn can definitely represent like this energy that I've been picking up. Strict. I was picking up a coach, like a sergeant. So, I don't think you grasp the lesson that this ancestor is trying to tell you. And so this is why they're being harsh on you. They're not giving you they're not being lenient with you. You need to learn this lesson. You need to learn how to be around people. 333 potential. And then we have the 3. They don't want me to talk. 333 potential and 3 of Cups. I feel like I'm connected to someone that doesn't want certain people to be a part of their success story. And that's not what this is about. Again, going back to that comparing and competing. I wish the reading could go another direction, guys, and there was another message, but this is, especially with the World card, this is a tough lesson to learn. And you don't have, a soft ancestor coming in and saying, "I'm going to comfort you." No, they're going to check you. Every time you jump to conclusions, yes, with this grasshopper here, jumping to conclusions, they're going to check you every single time. And they're going to tell you, "Look, why don't you guys take a break? You go there and you go there." And just ask God to intervene at this point. Ask angels to intervene, because this isn't working. And this doesn't have to be a hostile situation. This could just be someone that's just resentful. They're holding a grudge. And also, like, again, back to focusing on your chart, focusing on your mental health, releasing control. And the control could be holding on to a grudge, holding on to resentment. 2 more cards. We have the 5 of Pentacles. 2 5s here now. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. This is what happens when we do not learn the lesson here with the world card. You know, everything around you starts to deteriorate. So your heart space, you're feeling like you're not enough, you're not doing enough, no one wants you, no one's inviting you, you're not welcome. Then we have the Five of Pentacles of insecurity, of lack, scarcity, limited mindset. I'm not enough. It goes back to this envy and pride. I'm telling you, this goes back to this. So you have an ancestor here that would love to help you get out of the situation, but you have to first help yourself. And some of the steps that you can take is, again, surrendering and releasing control. It could be focusing on yourself. It could be, instead of focusing on this person, studying this person, studying yourself, learning your natal chart. It could be focusing on improving your mental health. It could be accepting that you're right where you're supposed to be and your potential is great and it has you have a lot of room for more potential if you do the things I'm telling you. Working on not jumping to conclusions and assuming. That's one of the very first agreements in a book that I read called the Five Agreements or the Four Agreements. I forgot. Forgive me. One of the things that he says in that book, and if I remember, I'll put in the link for this book. I think it's the Four Agreements. Is to not assume. Do not assume. Assuming, oh my gosh, guys, will have us spiraling. And that's why it's so important to have effective communication. And if you guys cannot have effective communication, then you need to ask God to step in to create harmony and resolution. And I'm telling you, once you guys create that space, distance, then God will come in. He'll send people. He'll use people as a vessel. He'll send angels. He'll try to connect with you. He'll have you using your resources to work on yourself so that you can converse with people. Okay, this looks like integration, and part of integrating is creating healthy distance with everybody, so everybody can just work on their own shit and then come together. Okay, one more card, because look, this message probably is the shortest message out of all three. Honestly, this is what happens when, because this makes sense. When we're dealing with masculine energy, it's like, let's just get straight to it, baby. There's not much to really elaborate on. I'm going to call out what needs to be called out, and we're going to address it, and that's it. The only major arcana card that has come up is the World card, and it's, the World is a very, depending on the card surrounding it, it could be a very difficult card. Okay, the World card can talk about how we go through trials and tribulations, how we go through tests, and how it was difficult, how we had to deal with restrictions, we had to deal with limitations, we had to deal with conflict and adversity. But when we pass all that shit, man, it is like graduating. It's like, okay, I've clearly learned this lesson. 9 out of 10, I will not be learning this lesson again because of that experience. Because of that experience, I will never have to go through that again, or not to that severity, not that naive. Okay, not that prepared. Okay, let me pull one more. Yeah, this ancestor is definitely a masculine. I can see him. I was talking about masculine. There he is. This is all he wants. He wants you to embody the strength card. This is the strength. He wants you to embody the strength. He wants you to trust yourself, to overcome this. You're going to have to do this on your own. You're going to have to do this on your own. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune and the Devil card. You see what I'm saying? Once you handle the situation on your own, versus making it about the next person, comparing yourself to the next person, blaming somebody, saying my challenges are my challenges, their challenges, they have the upper hand, yada, yada, yada. You free yourself and the wheel turns in your favor. And you're no longer in this space of lack and loss and scarcity. Look, he's happy, he's free. This is the same person. And you see what it says here for the Devil card? Torment. You're tormenting yourself by believing that no one wants you around, no one cares about you, no one's going to support you, you're not invited, you're not meant to enjoy the piece of the pie. You torment yourself, you lie to yourself. But once you tackle this, head on, you look at your flaws, you accept them, you work through them, the wheel gets to turn in your favor. And you can finally surpass this. And look, we had the small medicine wheel and we had the big medicine wheel. This is the wheel of fortune in the world. So this is going to be like an integration thing where like the first level is working through the envy, the pride, the ego, and releasing certain things. It's going to take some time. And that's why the small medicine wheel here with the wheel of fortune is going to turn. And as you continue to, as long as you're being consistent, you'll eventually surpass all of this. Like I was saying, the world card can be a difficult card to experience, but once you surpass it, you complete it, you graduate from the lesson, it feels amazing because you're not going to ever put yourself through that same nonsense again, that same experience again, that same lesson again. You're not. So your ancestors trying to teach you about the ego, the unevolved and the evolved. It's trying to teach you about comparing and competing yourself, comparing and competing with other people. It's trying to teach you how it's so progressive in life to focus on your own lane. He's trying to remind you that surrendering is always going to be a part of evolving, maturing, growing, and that assuming and jumping to conclusions is part of the torment. It's part of, self-sabotage. You're right where you are. You're right where you're supposed to be. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you are exactly where you need to be. I use my strength as my ally to pursue my highest good. Yes. It says at the very end right there with the small medicine woman. Use your strength as your strongest ally and to pursue your highest good, and you will get that. Okay? All right. So, pile number 3, that is your reading. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Check the description box below to book a personal reading, more detailed reading. And until next time, we'll see each other. Bye.